Hi, Emily. Hi, Riley, Lainey, Christina, Kenoy, Coleman, and Chris. That is the second part of the assignment that we start together today, uh, Wednesday, October 1. And I promise to do a video with the question 9 to 14, I guess. Let me see how many questions. It's 9 to 21. And be able to, you can finish your assignment. So that's question 9. Question 9, we already have done, but it's the same thing. They give you a point and a slope. You have to use the point and slope formula. No, your point and slope formula is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And you have to find what is the point. And the only thing that they asking for is the point slope form of the equation line S. So they don't ask you to find the answer. The only thing that they asking in question number 9 is to find the point to write. You need to write the point slope formula with the data they are given to you. You don't have to find an answer. No, if we label. No, I will put, they give you a point. Your point is 6,5. And your slope, M stands for slope, is 3. And remember, we try to label our points always. 6 is your x1 and y is your y1. So let's now try to go through the equation. So your equation is y minus y1 is 5 is equal to your slope 3 times x minus x1, that is 6. It's all that you have to do because they said the point is slope form of the equation of the line S, and that is your equation. You don't have to find an answer. You have to write the equation on. That is question number 9. If you have a question, please don't forget to uh, send me an email and I happily show you know what to do about it. Let's go to question number 10. I will change with my cursor because I want to be sure that I do it right. I don't want to mess up this. Okay, that's question 10. Question 10, let me erase this stuff. Question 10 is the same thing. The point is slope form of the equation of line S. They want to know that you know how to plot the equation of the point slope formula using the information that are given to you. And remember, the formula that we're looking for is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. And we can, the point that they are giving you here is a 3,1, and your slope, m, is equal to negative 2/3. So using all this information, let's try to write our points, no? That is your x, we tag our points. That is your x1 and that is your y1. So let's convert again this data in the formula. No, the formula is y minus my y1 is 1 is equal to m, my slope, that would be in this case negative 2/3, and then is multiplying x minus x1, that is 3. That is all that you have to do. You have to plot your formula in question number 10. So let me know if you have any questions, only shoot me an email and I will explain how to solve this equation. Number 11. Number 11, again, the equation is, they want to know, is to find the equation of the line. Will you express your answer using the general form, the slope-intercept form of the equation? So the slope-intercept form of the equation, again, is the same one as a y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So it's and they give you a slope. The points that are given to you is -3, -6, and you are sorry, and your slope m is equal to 3. Let's label or tag our information. That is my x1 and my y1. Let's try to find the equation. And the equation is y minus y1. Y1 will be minus 6. Minus 6 is equal to 3 times x minus 3. Because if we clean up this equation, negative and negative is a positive, will be y plus 6 is equal to 3. It will be y plus 6 is equal to 3, and it's x negative and negative x plus 3. That is the equation that they're asking for. That is the equation in y-intercept. You have, and you want to express this in y-intercept, you have to solve the equation. Now to solve the equation, you have a y plus 6 plus 3x plus 9, because all are positive. And then you subtract 6 from both sides. Y is equal to 3x, that is your slope, no, plus 3. So that is your equation, and that is your equation in point slope formula. And that is your equation in y-intercept formula. Will be that y is equal to 3x plus 3. So let's go to question number 12. Again, if you have any questions, shoot me an email and I will give you the information that you need. Question 12. Oops. Question 12. And the question 10 asking you to find the equation of the line. They are giving you, let me blow this out. They are giving you 2 points. There's your 2 points that you have here is 0, 0, and the other point is 9, 5. So the first thing that you have to do is find the slope. And we are using the slope formula. I know that you can count the slope backwards and find the slope, but I want to ensure that you know how to use your formulas. So it's in the assignment, you can use any method that you want, but in the test, I want to see formulas. So it's the slope formula we already know is the y2 minus the y1 over the x2 minus the x1. And we can label our data. These are the x1 and my y1, and that is my x2 and my y2. So I replace these mathematical symbols for numbers. Y2 is a 5 minus, no, y1 is a 0, and then x2 is a 9, and x1 is a 0. So my slope is 5 over 9. I can do nothing with that because 5 is a prime number. So now we have to use the second formula that we have learned, the point slope formula. I will use the point slope formula to find the equation on the line. And the point slope formula is that y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Because I need to pick one of the circles or the points, I will pick this point, and that is my slope. I have my point, no? I have that is my point that I'm using in the formula, and that is the slope that I'm using in the formula. So we have that y minus y1 is 0. No, sorry, that will be my y1 and my x1 now, because I'm using that for the second equation. This will be y minus 5, because that's my y1, is equal, the slope is 5 over 9 times x minus x1 is 9. So this again, that is I need to begin to multiply, will be y minus 5 is equal to 5 over 9x minus. You're multiplying, no, I'll put a bracket, you're multiplying the slope is positive 5 over 9, no, by the number that is in the parentheses, a 9. But that is like a 9 over 1. So you get that y minus 5 is equal to 5 over 9 x. And now minus, you know, 5 times 9 is a 45. 45 is a negative. 45, 545 divided by 9. No, 45 divided by 9 is a 5. It's a negative 5. And then you need to add 5 to both sides, because in the left side you only need to have a y. So you add 5 to both sides, and your final answer will be, let me divide the board in 2 pieces, will be that y is equal to 5 over 9x, that is your slope, and you have a positive 5 and a negative 5. That will be a 0, no, plus 0. And you know that this line is crossing the x-axis. This equation, and you want to simplify, will be y is equal to 5 over 9x. And first of all, the slope is positive, and that matches the line because that's the line that you see in the wall is a positive slope. And then the slope, because you don't have here a y-intercept, you can assume that the y-intercept is exactly 0, 0, this point. And because there's no y-intercept, the line is crossing exactly where x and y is 0, 0. And that matches this line. Also, the slope is 5 over 9. Let's try to use everything that we know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Sorry, let me do again. That is your 0, 0. Let's count. We rise 5. That is your rise, and that is your run. You rise 5, you run 9. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you run 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we check algebraically and we check graphically that is the equation of the line. And that was question number 12. Let me know through email if you need more explanation. I can go in more detail with you, but that is the way to solve this equation. And again, if you want to use any other method to find the answer, do it. But in the test, I want formulas. I don't want, well, I guess that is, I want formulas. So you need to get used to use your formulas to find an equation. Find an equation of the line with the given properties. They're given 2 points. So again, I need to start first of all with my slope formula. So the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I can call -3 my x1 and -6 my y1. And I can call -1 my x2 and -7 my y2. And now the only thing I have to do is replace these symbols by numbers. Y2 is -7. No, minus y1 will be -6. That is your numerator. And then x2 is -1 minus my x1 is -3 minus 3. So let's try to clean up this equation. You have -7 plus 6 in the numerator, and you have a -1 plus 3 in the denominator. -7 plus 6 is a -1, and -1 plus 3 will be a +2. And the answer will be, final answer for the slope will be -1/2. That is your slope, -1/2. So now what you have to do is use one of the points, no, and the other formula. The other formula is the point slope is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So we know the slope, and that we apply for this formula will be a -1/2. And then we pick one of the points. I will pick the second one, this one. So it's my y1, So let me put the point here. Now the point I'm picking is -1, comma, -7. And I can label, that is my x1, and that will be my y1. And now that I have all the information I need to plot my equation. So y minus y1 will be -7 is equal to the slope -1/2 times x minus x1 will be -1. So let's clean up the equation. Negative and negative is positive. Y plus 7 is equal to -1/2. And here you have a negative and a negative will be x plus 1. So y plus 7 is equal to -1/2 x plus 1/2. Then I need to subtract 7 from both sides. So I have that y is equal to -1/2 x, and then you have plus 1/2 minus 7/1. But I cannot subtract 1/2 from positive 1/2 from -7/1 because don't have the same denominator. And I can say that between 2 and 1, my LCD or LCM will be 2. So I need to multiply 7/1, the numerator and denominator, by 2. So I have y is equal to -1/2 x, plus 1/2 minus, I will open my bracket, I have a 7/1 times 2/2. Because I have y is equal to -1/2 x plus 1/2 minus, 7 times 2 is 14, and 1 times 2 is 2. So now I need to subtract plus 1/2 minus 14/2. So my final answer, the equation will be y is equal to -1/2 x. And you have a positive 1/2 and negative 14/2 will be -13/2. And that is I can go because 13 and 2 are prime numbers. I can do nothing else. There is no way to simplify this expression. So that is number 13. Again, you have any question, shoot me an email. Question 14. Find the equation of the line, and they are giving you 2 points. Now so you have 2 points here. The first one is 1,3, and my second point is 2,2. And you need to use, first of all, you need to use the slope formula to find the slope. Is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I want to label 1 is my x1 and 3 is my y1. 2 is my x2 and 2 again is my y2. So now I have all the information I need for my slope formula. I will plot my formula. Replace these symbols by numbers. y2 is a 2 minus y1 is a 3 all over x2 is a 2 again and x1 is a 1. So when you have a 2, positive 2 minus 3 is a negative 1, and 2 minus 1 is a 1. So in essence, you have negative 1 over 1, that will be negative 1. That is your slope. So using this information, I will use my second formula. And my second formula is my point slope, y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So I need my data, the point I will use it will be 2, 2, and my slope is negative 1. That was your slope, negative 1. So let's plot my equation. I have a y minus, before do that, let's label. Always we label. 2 is your x1 and 2 will be your y1, and your slope is negative 1. So now that we have all the data, let's plot the equation. Y minus 2 is equal to m and x minus 2. So now let's replace, or keep multiplying. Y minus 2 is equal to, sorry for that. I should put here 1 times x minus 2. Yeah. So let's multiply 1 times x is 1x, and 1 positive 1 times negative 2 will be minus 2. And then I have to add 2 to both sides. Since I have that y is equal to 1x, plus 0, because positive 2 and negative 2 will be 0. No, positive 2 and negative 2 will be 0. But there's a mistake there. I commit a mistake, forgot to put the negative 1. This guy is negative. Let me change colors. No, this guy is a negative 1. It's a negative 1, negative 1. So you have a negative 1 is a negative 1x, and negative is a positive. No? And then when you go and you add the 2, this guy becomes to be a 4. So that is your equation of the line. The equation of the line is exactly and it's a negative slope. Forget my negative slope. It's a negative 1x plus 4. Again, you have a negative 1 times x is negative 1x. Negative 1 times negative 2 is a positive 2. You add 2 to both sides. When you do that, you have a 4. So is this a negative slope, and that match the line? That is a negative slope. No, is coming down. No, there's a negative slope. The slope is 1. We can check that. We can pick any point. No, let's pick the point that we have here. We have this point is 1, 3. And because the slope is 1 over 1, 1 over 1, no, we go 1 will be 2, and then we run 1, and that is 2/2. No, and we can keep doing the same thing, no? We have in 2/2, no, and then you can run 1 and 1, and here you have the other point. That will be 1,3. And then you can run 1 and run, that is your waypoint, and that is your 4,0. So we know that the slope is right, and your y-intercept have to be 4. Well, you go backwards. You go 1 to the left, or you want to go 1 up and 1 to the left. That is the point 4. Your 0,4. That is your y-intercept, and that match this number here. So all this stuff is a negative slope. The slope is 1/1, and your y-intercept is 4. Prove to us that y equal minus 1x plus 4 is the equation of the line. Now, I'm using all these proof because when you are doing your test, you should check your own answer, and you know that you're right. You don't have to come back and keep going in your question. If you have any questions about this question or any question, please shoot me an email, and I will happily help you to understand the question. Next, question 15. Question 15. They said the line x is equal to 3x plus 4. No? And the line y equal ax plus 2 are parallels. What is the value of a? Well, let me make a graph to explain this to you. That is your x, that is your y-axis and your x-axis. No, let me put some points. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, and your 5. And let's try to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, and your 5. And they say that the slope of the y-intercept of the first line, and let me make this line longer because let's put this line a little longer, and let's put 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8. So they are saying in the first equation that the y-intercept is 4 and the slope is a positive 3/1. So the slope is 4, that is your slope, your 0,4. And the slope is 3/1. The y-intercept is 4, and the slope is 3/1. You go 1, 2, 3, and you go over 1. That is your next point. That is your 3, that is your 7,1. And you need to draw your line as something that is coming, something like this. But the other equation have for the other equation, the y-intercept is 2. The y-intercept is 2. And they want to know the slope. Well, if you have two parallel lines, two parallel lines are lines that doesn't matter in what direction are lines, that's parallel lines, are lines that are running one next to the other, and they are running from negative infinitive to infinitive, from negative infinitive to infinitive, from negative infinitive to infinitive. I'm running forever. But because these two lines are parallels, will never touch, will never cross. Imagine that tomorrow you decide to go from here from Salazar, Oklahoma, you want to go all the way to Muldrow, and you want to go with your friend. You and your friend want to go to Muldrow, and you and your friend we will walk over the road, the road lines of the train, no, over the train road tracks. You and your friend, as they are walking, you are walking in one of the lines of the train road. No, that is you. No. And then your friend is walking in the other, and you can walk together until you go to Muldrow. You will be all walking always in the same direction, and you will be walking always at the same distance because the railroad tracks are parallel. And as the railroad tracks are parallel, also these lines are parallel. So my question is, if these two lines are parallel, never touch, never cross, if the slope of the first line is 3/1, what will be the slope of the second line? Of course, I hear you say, it's the same, it's 3/1 because are parallel. These two lines are running parallel one next to another. So the answer here, A, will be also 3. And if that is true, no, the other line will be 1, 2, 3, right there. And then if I want to find another point, 1, 2, 3, 1, right there, the other line is running parallel to this line. That will be the two parallel lines. So you can see when you have two parallel lines, your y-intercept is different because the lines are crossing the y-intercept in two different places, but the slope will be always the same when the lines are parallel. I guess I try to do my best to explain this to you, but if you still need help, please shoot me an email, and I will try to find other examples to explain you the question number 15. Question number 16, asking for perpendiculars. That's a different story. So as you have, again, with another graph. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then let me put 1, 2, and 3 only. -1, -2, -3. So they're saying that you have two perpendicular lines. That is no parallel lines. Perpendicular lines are lines that cross together. For example, we can say that the y-axis and the x-axis are perpendicular. Why are perpendicular? Because these two lines cross together exactly when at 0, 0. They cross together. They are not going parallel. They are going in two different directions. They are still going from negative infinitive to infinitive and from negative infinitive to infinitive, but are going in two different directions and they are crossing and touching together. It's the opposite of parallel lines. And they say that the equation of the first line is y is equal to 3x minus 1. So your y-intercept is minus 1 and it's a positive slope. So it's going up. No, and it's 3 over 1. You go 1, 2, 3 over 1. That is your next point. So this line is going in this direction. And that is the line, the equation of this line is y is equal 3x minus 1. And now you are looking for the equation of the perpendicular. What is the slope of the perpendicular line? Well, there is a formula. We can use more algebra to find the other line, but a simple way is to understand that the perpendicular slope is always the opposite reciprocal. The opposite reciprocal. So how I find my slope is the opposite reciprocal. Well, what is the slope of the line? The slope of the line in this one is 3. That is the slope, no? 3 over 1 of 3. That is the slope of the line. The opposite to 3 is negative 3. And the reciprocal, you can write negative 3 or you can write negative 3 over 1. It's the same thing. There's the understood one. Well, the reciprocal, to find the reciprocal of the opposite, I need to flip. I need to flip this number upside down. So if I have a negative 3 over 1, the reciprocal will be a negative 1/3. Because also you can write this number as a negative 3 over 1. These three representation, negative 3 over 1, or negative 3 over 1 are the same. So it's to find the reciprocal, you flip them up. You put the 1 in the top and the 3 in the bottom. You need to keep your negative, and that is the reciprocal. So the answer here will be negative 1/3. No, that will be the slope. No, and you have, see, and let's prove that. No, you have, let me use another color to do that. Let me use black. So you have the y-intercept of the second line is 2, positive 2. Positive 2 is right here. And we said that the slope is negative. It says a negative slope. No, the first slope is positive, y is equal to 3x plus 1, but the slope of the second line is negative 1/3. So yes, I need to go down 1 and 3 to the right. So 1, 1 will be there, and then count 1, 2, and 3. That is my other point. And that is the line of the second equation. That is the line that y is equal to negative 1/3 plus 2. So you have your two lines, and you can see where these two lines are crossing together. And that are perpendicular lines because they are no parallel, they are no running together, they are opposite, they are running to opposite ways, and they are cross and touch together. And that is the equation for, or the example for the question 16. Again, if you need more explanation, shoot me an email and I will help you. Let's go to question 17. Question 17, they are asking, decide whether the pair of lines is parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Well, what we need to have to be parallel? To be parallel, we said that we just find out, for question 15, that they have to have the same slope. Doesn't matter if the y-intercept is different. Just to know that these two equations are in y-intercept, are in standard form. So the first thing I will do is I will convert this equation to y-intercept. So it says 3x, the first equation, minus 4y is equal to negative 12. So as I will subtract 3x to both sides. So I have now that negative 4y is equal to negative 3x minus 12. Then I will divide both sides by negative 4, by negative 4, and by negative 4. When I do that, this 4 and this 4 cancel. And I have that y is equal, negative and negative is positive, will be 3 over 4x, that is the slope. And then negative 12 divided by negative 4 will be positive 3. So that is my first equation. No, that is my first equation. Now let's do the same thing with the second equation. Let's transform from y-intercept, from the standard form to y-intercept. So my second equation is 4x plus 3y are equal to negative 13. So let's start working our question. We need to subtract 4x from both sides. When I subtract 4x, now I have that 3y is equal to negative 4x minus 13. Then I divide both sides by 3. I divide both sides by 3. I divide this by 3. And when I divide by 3, also this 1. So I have now that these 3 and 3 cancel, that y is equal to negative 4 over 3x. And there's nothing I can do with the fraction because 3 is a prime number. 3 is 13 over 3. Then let's compare our equations. No, that is my second equation in y-intercept. So you can see the equation, the slope No, the slope of the first equation is a positive. It's positive 3 over 4. Positive 3 over 4, we'll put right here. No, the first slope is positive 3 over 4. The slope of the second line is negative 4 over 3. Is negative 4 over 3. If I want to convert the first slope in the perpendicular, we just find out that I have to do the opposite, and then I have to do the reciprocal. So the opposite of positive 3, 4 will be minus 3, 4. That is the opposite. And the reciprocal, I need to flip this fraction upside down, keeping my negative sign. So if I flip upside down 3 over 4, is negative 4 over 3. And these match exactly this other slope. So we can say that these two slopes are perpendicular because have the same y-intercept, but the slopes are opposite, reciprocal one to another. And that is question 17. But let's go to question 18. Again, I try to be the most graphic, explaining every answer, but if you need to still help, shoot me an email. Question 18. Find the equation of the line with the given property. Express your answer using the general and y-intercept. So you have an equation that is y is equal to 3 over, y is equal to 3x, containing the point 4, 4. So they are giving you a slope. They need to find the parallel. Remember, the parallel will have the same slope, but a different y-intercept. No, I know that the parallel will be also the slope will be 3x, but they want to have the equation and slope intercept. See, y is equal to m plus b. How we do that? Well, you have the points and you have the slope 3 over 1. So we use this formula to find the equation of the parallel line. You have a y, that is equal, is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Then I have my points. Let me label. I can say that negative 4 is my x1 and 4 is my y1. And my slope, because that is the equation of the line, 3 is my slope. My slope is 3. So let's replace all this data in this equation and find the equation for the parallel line. So you have now y minus 4 is equal to m times x minus 4. So y minus 4 is equal to m let's replace m here for the slope is 3. Will be 3x, no, before replace 3, let's fix it part, x plus 4, because negative and negative is plus. Now we can complete the equation. Y minus 4 is equal to 3x plus 12. And then I need to add 4 to both sides. As I have that y is equal to 3x plus 16. And that is the equation, the parallel. This is the parallel equation. Y is equal to 3x, the same slope, plus 16. When we work in question 15, we said that parallel lines are going together in the same direction. In the same direction. So if this is the y equals 3x, and this line will be y is equal to 3x plus 16. So they have the same slope, and because they have the same slope, are parallel because both are going the same direction. No, with the same steepness. No, and if they have to cross the y-axis, they will cross the y-axis at 2 different points. That is the reason both these have a slope 0 and these have a slope 16. So these two lines are going parallel and they match because they have the same slope but have a different y-intercepts. And that is the answer for question number 18. So let's go to the last, not the least, but the last one. Last question. Oh, no, there's more. Oh. Question 19. Question 19. Find the equation for the line with the given properties. Express your answer using the general slope-intercept form of the equation. So again, they said that the parallel line, the equation, that is a y-intercept. No, sorry, this equation is in a standard form. X minus 2y is equal to negative 1. So we need to convert the formula in y-intercept. So this equation has to look like y is equal to mx plus b. So to do that, I will put my equation again. I will subtract x from both sides. So I have now that negative 2y is equal to negative x minus 1. And then I will divide everything by negative 2. And when I do that, I have that y is equal to, then remember that we have a leading coefficient 1 in front of this x. So that will be negative 1/2 x. No, negative 1/2 x. No, it's not negative, positive, because it's a negative divided by a negative will be a positive 1/2 x plus 1/2. Because you have a negative 1 and negative 2 will be 1/2. That is your equation of the parallel line. So without doing any other equation, no, well, we need to do the equation to find the y-intercept. Sorry, we need to do the equation to find the other parallel line. We know that both will have the same slope. So the slope of the first equation is positive 1/2. Positive 1/2. That is the slope. So we have here the point 0, 0. I can label I can label 0 as a x1 and the other 0 as a y1. And I will do my other equation, my equation to find the point slope. I have the slope 1/2. So the points I have is 0, 0. That is my x1, my y1, and my slope is equal to positive 1/2. And the equation is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So it's y minus 0, because that is my y1, is equal to my slope 1/2, no, 1/2 times x minus 0, because that is my y1. So it's y minus 0 is a y, is equal to 1/2 times x is 1/2 x, no, and 1/2 times negative 0 is 0. So that is my equation of the other line. So that is the slope of the second line is 1/2 positive, and the slope of the first line was also positive 1/2. And that makes these two lines parallel. The y-intercept is different. That's okay, because even their parallels are running together, they will cross the x-axis in two different places, but the steepness of the line will be the same. Well, I will give you the last 2 points in order you can fix it by yourself. It's the same thing that we're going over and over. No, that is the end of this video. This assignment has to be done by Monday. Don't forget that you have a quiz. No, you have a quiz that you need to also do this weekend. You have to do this quiz. No, 2.2, 2.3. That is a mix of. It's a mix. That is the quiz that you have to do, and it's a mix of these three assignments. You already have the knowledge to take this quiz. So you need to complete 2.3b with this video, and then you have to answer the quiz 2.2, 2.3 during the weekend. It's 4 is Saturday. It has to be due by Saturday, the quiz, but the equation 2.3b has to be done by Monday. Monday we'll start with function basics, and I want to see if we can do 3.1 and 3.161 by Monday, and then Wednesday we can do the other two. I don't know. Let's see. But I will see you guys. I hope you enjoy math as I enjoy math. Math is a lot of fun.